Hi, Michael Kayak Fly Angler. This is video number 2 of my how to build a fly fishing kayak for about 250 bucks. I picked up the parts that I needed. I picked up the Scotty Power Lock. This was on sale for $15. That's a pretty good deal. Normally they're 20. I picked up some pad eyes. These were about $5. A little less. There's about 8 of those. So what I'm doing with those is I picked up a couple of these rubber grommets. I'm going to drill a hole in the hole, attach these, screw it in so that it tightens it up against the hole, and then that also makes it waterproof. Through that, I'm going to put my rope, and then I'm going to create my anchor trolley. I have a couple washers for the bolts that are going to hold on the rod holder to make sure that the washers and the bolts will make sure that this thing is secure, but it doesn't crack the hole or do anything there. And I also have this little ring that's going to be on the side of the anchor trolley. So I haven't figured it out yet, but somehow I'm going to use this to create a paddle keeper. And then another really good thing that happened that was kind of fun on eBay, I was able to pick up a Hawkeye fish finder, little portable fish finder here with batteries, and I picked up the whole thing for 10 bucks, $8 for shipping. I got $18 into it. So total, I'm at about 220 bucks, including the kayak, which I picked up for 175 with the other items. So far, it's been a pretty good deal. So I have a couple dollars left to do some work on the seat if I so want to do that. Maybe a couple other little pimp out things that I can use or do. I also found in the kitchen, I'm not sure where this came from, a much better stop. It's actually a drain plug. It looks a little classier. It's not quite the wine cork that it was, and I'm not sure what this is from, but now it's wood. Much better. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go through and I'm actually going to drill a couple holes into the hole. That's the hard part because it's always a hard thing to drill into a kayak, into your hole, knowing that potentially it could leak. Once you do the first one, it's not so hard. So let's get into the drilling and cutting. Okay, so let's get started with making the first couple holes. I'm going to put the rod holder in first. This is where I want to put it. I'm a right-handed fly fisherman, so I'm going to put it on the right-hand side, and I'm going to drop it in right about here. So here's hole number 1. Okay, that's usually the hardest part right there, is you put that there, and then you come back in and you put the second hole in. All right, so now I'm going to put a bolt through there, and a bolt through here, and that's going to pretty much set that up, so that's not going anywhere. And now let's go check out the fish finder to make, or the rod holder to make sure that it works. Okay, looks like this works fine. Put that in. See if we get this in there. Okay, turn it around, and I know it will work eventually. There it is. Okay, so there it is. You just have that. I'm going to bring this up. Okay, so the rod will go right in here, and you should be fine. So we're going to secure that in a little bit, but that's putting in the rod holder, and that's it. Okay, now I'm going to put the first bit, the first anchor trolley pad eye in. This is a pretty big hole, so I'm always a little hesitant about that. So I have these little grommets, put them right here. See these? When I screw in, they're going to tighten up and they're going to create a waterproof seal. So I'm going to put them like this. I like to have the pad eye so that the rope is coming through this particular side here, not like straight back or one up or down. I like to basically have it perpendicular. So I'm going to drill a hole right here, put this thing right here, and then the rope is going to run the entire length of the hole. So This is always a tricky one, so let's go ahead and put a hole in here. That's always hard, really hard. Make sure, yep, so that works. Next one, and just make sure I put it in the right spot. Looks good. Do it twice. And, oh, gotta make sure I do it again. So, let's see how well I did. That looks pretty good. Always double check to make sure your measurements are correct. You don't want to screw that up. So I'll do one on the other side, and then I'll put the rope there. So, like I said, it's always hard to drill holes in that hole. Okay, so now I put on the rod holder. I put on the anchor trolley. It was pretty straightforward. Like you saw, I drilled into the hole to put in these pad eyes. Ran the rope. What I did here is I bought a piece of from the dollar store, piece of bungee that's tied to the ring and then to the rope, and then I put a couple of these zip ties here. And that way there's a little bit of a stretch, and it keeps the line pretty tight. So that, as you can see, now I can run it to the back or run it to the front when I need to anchor up. I run the line through here. I have another video. You can see a couple videos on running the line through there and then just setting it up. One thing I haven't done yet is I haven't done anything with the paddle keeper. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with that, but for the most part this is pretty much what I would expect to do here. If I get a couple other items done, I'll probably just show them to you when I'm out on the water on the first ride, and also show you how I dealt with the fish finder. So anyway, Michael, Kayak Flangler, go farther, catch more. Video 2, look for video 3 on the water. Hopefully we'll catch fish.